This week, Thailand marked 20 years since the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004. 5,000 people were killed, but a local tribe managed miraculously to survive with almost no casualties among them. Saksith Saiyasombut visited them and found that 20 years on from surviving the tsunami, they are facing a threat of a different kind.
A Buddhist ceremony is taking place here in Thailand's southern Phang province, just north of the tourist resort island of Phuket. The locals are here to thank the monks of a nearby temple for the help they gave 20 years ago. Unlike most other Thais, these people here at this ceremony aren't generally Buddhists, and they belong to a group of indigenous people called the Moken. I sat down with them and they told me about that day 20 years ago before the tsunami hit. They had seen the waters receding abnormally. And because of the experience and knowledge of the sea that they inherited from their ancestors, these seafaring nomads knew a tsunami was coming. And many were thus able to escape from one of the most devastating natural disasters in recent history. The modern legend of the Shaolei, the sea folks, was born. Most Thais didn't even know about these people, but certainly after that, a lot of public attention was given to them, especially about their way of life. Now, they might have survived the tsunami, but 20 years later, that very way of life is being threatened of being swept away into obscurity. Phang Glathale was one of those survivors. Thailand's Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn bestowed her family the name Glathale as a marker for the Moken. It means the brave of the sea. Now 96 years old, she has moved to the mainland in order to be closer to medical services. Her age and needs have compelled her to move further away from the ocean, where she's lived most of her life. But for the younger members of the tribes, she worries that they are losing touch with their culture, with the choices they make. We head out to Koh Pratong, one of the hundreds of little islands of Thailand and Myanmar, where Phang and her fellow sea folks, or Shaolei, traditionally live. It takes us about an hour to get there. Only about 800 people live on this island, and few tourists come here. Most locals are out at sea fishing, their main source of income. But many young people have also left the island, looking for work on the mainland. We meet Chira Thongwon, a Moken resident on this island. Compared with Phang, she's less pessimistic that young Mokens are losing touch with their identities.
ไม่หายถึงเขาเล่นถึงเวลาไปทำงานเขาก็ไปเวลาดำหอยเขาก็ไปถึงเวลาไปทำมาหากินเขาก็ไปถึงเด็กโรงเรียนก็เหมือนกันเขากลับมาจากโรงเรียนเขาเล่นแต่ถึงเวลาไปโรงเรียนก็ต้องไปโรงเรียน
But a look at the nearby school paints a different picture. This is the last remaining school on the island, where there used to be 3. Many children here are of mixed Thai Moken heritage now. Among that circle of playing kids, only one of them is a full Moken. And there's no one to teach the children the Moken language anymore because no one is qualified to. After the tsunami, many well-meaning charities and authorities descended on the Moken and other Shaolei. They built them new homes and introduced them to a more land-based, settled lifestyle. On another island north from here, a straw hut village has been built to educate tourists about the Moken's nomadic culture. Narumon Arunothai has researched into the Moken and other seafaring ethnic groups in and around Thailand. She says current laws and regulations are stifling their way of life.
I think Thai legal structure, law, rules, regulations are based on land mentality. So if we not really force, but don't have any alternative development path for them, they don't have any other choice but become land-based, losing their identity, losing their knowledge, and then the privilege of free people. In the old days, they just raise their anchor and then travel anywhere.
The Thai government approved a draft bill to legally recognize indigenous ethnic groups such as the Moken and protect their cultural identity earlier this year, but it still has to be passed in parliament. And the Mokens are confronted with an uncertain future. An instinctive understanding of nature helped them to survive the tsunami. But the path ahead for these Thai Sea folks is less clear, as waves of changes are crashing up against their traditional way of living and threatening what they have known for generations. Saksith Saiyasombut, CNA, Phang Nga Province.